Oxford police are called to the middle school in response to a threat that turned out to be a hoax. Piedmont Police make an arrest in a recent school burglary, and Gadsden may get $6.5 million for a road relocation. We'll have these stories and more.
Warm weather and dry weather ahead for most of the work week. We will have the complete forecast coming up.
Coming up in sports, one local 12U basketball team is state champions. We preview the night ahead for local sports. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
Hello, we're glad you could join us. I'm Mike Stedham.
And I'm Katie Edwards.
Officials at Oxford Middle School say they learned of a social media post made this morning that implied a possible threat made against that school. They asked Oxford police to check out the credibility of the threat. Upon initial investigation, the post appears to be an old post that an individual has decided to recirculate. School officials say they have a zero-tolerance policy for these threats, and they will work with police to identify the person responsible. There was an enhanced police presence at the school today, but officials said it was motivated by an abundance of caution.
Piedmont Police have made an arrest in connection with a recent burglary and theft at Piedmont High School. Ronald Sean Bailey, age 33, of Piedmont, was arrested Thursday and charged with burglary in the 3rd degree and theft of property in the 1st degree in connection with a break-in at the school 2 weeks earlier. On February 24th, police were called to the high school to investigate damage reported to the gate at the football field. They found that a blue golf cart was stolen, along with a pair of blue basketball shoes, a large gray trash can, a Black & Decker leaf blower, a cobalt leaf blower, a snail fan, and a red emergency medical backpack from inside the school gym. Investigators developed a suspect in this case after more evidence was discovered and a search warrant was served on the suspect's home. Bailey was taken to the Piedmont City Jail, where he was booked and held until transport to the Calhoun County Jail. He's currently being held on $30,000 bond pending a preliminary hearing. When we come back, Gadsden officials are working on a federal grant to help pay for a major highway project by the Coosa River.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
Segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
As part of its long-range plan to promote the city's tourism and business growth, Gadsden officials are in the preliminary stages of a project that would reroute U.S. Highway 411, which currently follows the banks of the Coosa River near downtown. Gadsden Mayor Craig Ford and other members of the City Council are in Washington this week to meet with federal officials in an effort to get funding to begin planning for that project. Ford announced last week that the first step in this process may begin soon.
Congress just passed one of the appropriations budget where we received $6.5 million from Congressman Adderholt for the relocation of 411. So that was a promise he made. We've been tracking that. We've been following it, and it just passed out of the House. And by the time you watch this, hopefully it will have passed the Senate. And we've been told that it will, and then the president will sign it. And then we'll start the process of the relocation and the survey work. So this is a step in the right direction. We want to thank Congressman Adderholt for his support to Gadsden and putting us in the direction we want to be.
Ford says the long-range goal is to develop a riverwalk area on the banks of the Coosa that will include a luxury hotel and other features that will attract tourists to Gadsden.
When we return, it's time to think about spring cleaning.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today. This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
Spring is just a few days away, so if you want to get a head start on spring cleaning this weekend, it would be a good time to do so. Anniston is offering 2 free disposal days on Friday and Saturday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. at several locations around town. Ward 1 residents can find a free load-in dumpster available at the Pelham Park parking lot on Cave Road. Ward 2 residents will have a dumpster available for them in the Carver Center parking lot on West 14th Street. Ward 3 residents can take their trash to the South Highland Center parking lot on South Allen Avenue. And Ward 4 residents will find a dumpster at the Hodges Center parking lot in Golden Springs. Meanwhile, the Calhoun County Commission will sponsor a free landfill day on April 20th in the county's landfill in Hewletton.
What a beautiful day we had today.
Oh, wasn't it nice? We had the sunshine from one day on the weekend and the warmer temperatures from the next day, so we put them together and there we had it.
Yes, and we gained an hour.
Yes, we know. I think we lost the hour.
Oh yeah, we lost the hour.
Yeah.
We gained more sunshine.
That's true. I was, the weekend did seem just a little bit shorter, didn't it?
It certainly did this morning, especially.
But that's okay. You'll get used to it probably about October, November.
That's just when it's
in
time to
change.
switch it back.
Exactly.
Yeah. John Holder joins us now in the EAN Weather Center to tell us what we can expect for the rest of the week weather-wise. John?
Mike and Katie, we are going to be looking at, again, some of the warmest temperatures that we have seen so far in 2024 coming later this week. We'll have the complete forecast for all of East Alabama next.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
Plenty of sunshine today across East Alabama, but temperatures still a little bit below the average for this time of year. Our typical daily high is 66, 63 today. A cold morning this morning. Our average is 43. We were down at 31. That's why we had that freeze warning in effect. Here is the record high temperature, 87 degrees, the record low at 21. And with the time change yesterday, big differences in the sunrise and sunset times. The sun rising tomorrow morning, not until 6:57. And look at that sunset this evening, 6:49, almost 7 o'clock before we have sunset this evening across East Alabama. Speaking of tonight, here's weather on your street for a Monday night. Out on Old Gadsden Highway in the Sachs area, maybe not a freeze warning tonight, but we still have a frost advisory in effect. That will be for temperatures getting well down into the 30s. We think most folks will stay above freezing tonight, but we're going to be in the 30s area-wide. That's why we have the frost advisory, 35 for the average overnight low coming up tonight. Coming up tomorrow, more sunshine, and we're going to have more pleasant temperatures. Temperatures tomorrow will be about 7 degrees warmer than today. Whites Gap Road in Jacksonville, beautiful part of the county, and a beautiful day coming up there. Mostly sunny skies. The high tomorrow at 70. As we take a look at the rest of the work week coming up, mostly sunny skies and mild all the way until Friday. If you're on College Street in Glencoe, get ready for lots of sunshine. Temperatures in the 70s. Classic spring Alabama weather coming up just about all week long. As we take a look at the 7-day forecast, you're going to see some mighty fine weather coming up until we get to Friday. No chance of rain in the forecast for the next 3 days. We go from 70 on Tuesday to 74 Wednesday. and the warmest day of the year coming up so far in 2024. A day that I always like, the first day of the year where we touch 80 for the high. That's coming up on Thursday, 80 degrees for the high on Thursday afternoon. Our next rain chance coming maybe overnight Thursday night, but especially during the day on Friday, a 90% chance of rain. Maybe some thunderstorms involved with that, and also the rain could be heavy at times. Most of the rain will be Friday and Friday night. A chance of rain coming in here Saturday and Sunday. Total rainfall totals from late Thursday night into Sunday could be 2 to 4 inches here across East Alabama, so enjoy the nice weather while it lasts. A 40% chance of rain on Saturday, a 40% chance of rain again on Sunday. High stay in the 70s, nighttime lows in the 50s. Clearing out by Monday of next week, a bit of a cool down, but we still don't see really any cold weather after the frost advisory coming up tonight. Here is that frost advisory. This is going to be for all of north and central Alabama. Temperatures tonight getting down into the 30s, just about everywhere north of I-85 and U.S. Highway 80. North of there, everyone's going to go into the 30s. Some folks will go briefly below freezing again, but most folks will be right there in the mid to lower 30s tonight, and that's why we have the frost advisory. Say goodbye to these temperatures. This will be the last 30s we're going to see for at least next week across East Alabama. Well, we'll come up next with sports, and we've got Namath Pitt standing by to talk about a state championship that is coming to Anniston. Namath?
Thanks, John. One local Parks and Recreation team's 12U basketball team competed in the ARPA state tournament where they came out on top. The Anniston Bulldogs 12U boys win the ARPA state championship in double overtime. The young men gutted it out and emerged victorious in what was a true thriller of a game that took place right there in Gadsden at Gadsden City. Also, congratulations to the 14U and the 10U teams who both advanced far in the ARPA tournament. Anniston showed incredible teamwork as they persevered. It was another awesome basketball season for the Anniston Bulldogs, so congratulations again to the players and their exceptional coaches, staffs, parents, families, and everyone that contributed. If you don't know about the ARPA tournament, it includes teams across the state. The semifinals featured not just Anniston, but also featured Dothan. So featured Enterprise. A lot of teams from across the state of Alabama competed in this tournament. Center Point, but it would be the Anniston Bulldogs that would emerge victorious, the 12U team, in the ARPA state championship in double overtime. It's going to be a busy night tonight in East Alabama for it to be a Monday, and so let's go ahead and take a look at all the games that are taking place on the diamond. Let's start with Walter Welborn. Coach J.D. Phillips' team still looking for their first mid-week win. They have not won a game in the middle of the week this season. All their wins have come on the weekend. Only 2 wins. They came on the same day. Tonight, J.D. Phillips and the Welborn Panthers will travel to Lincoln to face the Class 5A Golden Bears. So this is a non-area game, 3A versus 5A, as J.D. Phillips and the Welborn Panthers head to Lincoln. Also tonight, Sacs Wildcats and Anniston Bulldogs will play in a rematch. Sacs is still looking for their first win of the season. And for Anniston, they actually won a game this season, and it was against Sacs. So these two teams will meet tonight right here in Anniston as Sacs Wildcats still looking for their first win. Anniston looking for 2 wins. That would be impressive for the Bulldogs if you compare to previous seasons. Also tonight, the Faith Christian Lions are at home tonight where they will go head-to-head with the Bulldogs of Winterboro. So tonight, Faith Christian's at home against Winterboro, and this is going to be a 1A versus 1A area game. So Faith Christian looking to make some noise in area play tonight when they're at home hosting the Bulldogs of Winterboro. Also tonight, this is non-area because Donahoe's competitive balance makes them 2A, but Spring Garden and Donahoe will play tonight, and this will be a doubleheader. So they will play 2 games tonight right here on the mountain in Anniston at Donahoe. As the Falcons and Spring Garden, it's been a rivalry in a lot of sports. Certainly one tonight as Spring Garden, the Panthers, come to Donahoe to face Coach Gendron and the Falcons. Also tonight, Blake Jennings and the White Plains Wildcats open the week up at home tonight where they will host a previous area opponent that is no longer an area opponent, and that is the Warriors of Cherokee County. So Cherokee County will make the trip from Center to White Plains tonight. These are 2 Class 4A teams. They're area rivals in basketball, but they are not in baseball. Again, this is non-area Class 4A versus Class 4A as Cherokee County heads to White Plains tonight. Also tonight, the Ohatchee Indians. Coach Kyle Parrish's team will make the trip as close as you can get to Georgia without actually getting in Georgia, as Ohatchee will head to Ranburne tonight. So again, Coach Parrish and the Indians are on the road at Ranburne tonight. Also tonight, that is Cleburne County, the Tigers. The team that they're playing, you may not be familiar with that logo, but that is Beulah. So Beulah, the Bobcats, make the trip to Heflin tonight to face Cleburne County. So Cleburne County's at home tonight. Non-area play, Class 4A versus Class 3A, as Beulah travels to Cleburne County. Just like baseball, it is going to be a busy Monday for softball tonight. So let's go ahead and take a look at the softball games right here in East Alabama. Let's start with, this is arguably one of the biggest games of the night. It's Coach McKibben's Oxford Yellow Jackets on the road to face Coach Hess in the Alexandria Valley Cups. Now, Alexandria had a little bit of a tough weekend, but they played some tough competition. Well, that trend continues in terms of tough competition as Ashland Burns and the Oxford Yellow Jackets head to the Valley tonight to face Alexandria. Also tonight, Coach Vincent and the Welborn Panthers are going to travel to Jacksonville tonight to face the Jacksonville Christian Academy Thunder. This is a non-area, obviously Class 3A versus Class 1A, but Welborn still looking to get some consistent wins on the season. JCA already has a win on the season. Can Coach Vincent's team finally get it against Jacksonville Christian Academy tonight in Jacksonville? Also tonight, Sax and Anniston aren't just playing in baseball, they're playing in softball tonight. Both games in Anniston as the Bulldogs are looking to get a win over Sax. Sax obviously has a very improved team this year, has a really good pitcher. The Wildcats like where they're at this point in the season, feel like they can only get better. So tonight it's Anniston Bulldogs and Sax Wildcats baseball and softball right here in Anniston as the Bulldogs host Sax. Also tonight, the Faith Christian Lions, both boys and girls, are also at home. So the baseball team's at home against Winterboro. Well, on the field right behind them is going to be the softball team playing Ranburne. So the Bulldogs girls will make the trip from the state line over to Faith Christian tonight to face the Lions. It'll be right here in Anniston at Faith Christian as Ranburne Bulldogs softball team comes to Faith Christian. Also tonight, just like baseball, it's going to be a busy night for softball right here for White Plains. Right there on that baseball field is going to be Coach Jennings' team going head-to-head with Cherokee County. Well, on the field behind them, it's going to be Coach Muncher and the White Plains Wildcats ladies going head-to-head with Southside Gadsden. So Southside Gadsden will make the trip to White Plains tonight to face Coach Muncher and the Wildcats. Also tonight, Coach Ashley and the Jacksonville Golden Eagles will be at home tonight where they will host the Cleburne County Tigers. So Cleburne County's baseball team's at home, softball team's on the road as Cleburne County travels to Jacksonville tonight to face Coach Ashley and the Golden Eagles. Also tonight, the Piedmont Bulldogs, Coach Rachel Smith's team is at home tonight, and this is a really, really good non-area game as it's Sandrock on the road at Piedmont tonight facing the Bulldogs. Savannah Smith, I'm sure, will be on the mound, either her or Kayla Brothers, as Piedmont hosts Sandrock at home. Also tonight, Coach Cameron Mizzle and the Childersburg Tigers will be at home tonight facing Coach Poe and the Ohatchee Indians. Coach Poe and the Indians are off to a surging start to the season. Only 2 losses on the season so far. Coach Mizzle's team's coming off a great showing at the Talladega County Softball Tournament. So Childersburg will be at home tonight hosting the Ohatchee Indians. There's only 2 games tonight here in East Alabama that involve local soccer teams. So here are the 2 games, starting with Weaver. Weaver is at home tonight. Coach Strout's team still looking for their first win of the season. Now, Coach Lewis and the girls have been really good. Lena Johansson, who's a 4-time state girls wrestling champion, is leading the way for the Bearcats soccer team ladies. So this is both boys and girls action tonight as Weaver hosts Cherokee County at home. And the second game tonight features the Jacksonville Golden Eagles, who travel up. They're going to go right up 431 to Glencoe to face the Yellow Jackets. Again, boys and girls action at Glencoe tonight as they host Jacksonville. There are 2 Calhoun County teams that are playing golf today, and that continues into tomorrow. Both of them are playing in the same tournament, so let's go ahead and take a look at that tournament and look at the teams involved. Coach Chris Randall and the White Plains Wildcats along with Coach Brown and the Weaver Bearcats, are both playing in the Fairview Invitational Tournament, which is at Cross Creek Golf Course. Now, this is at the Cross Creek Golf Course. The following teams that are playing in this tournament, it features Etowah, Aniana, Weaver, Ardmore, Hansville, North Sand Mountain, Whitesburg Christian Academy, Brooks, the Altamont, Priceville, Fairview, they're the host team, Holly Pond, J.B. Pennington, Cold Springs, Homewood, Boaz, Vinemont, White Plains, Coleman, Lawrence County, and Pinson Valley. So very much a busy day of golf at the Cross Creek Golf Course. White Plains and Weaver will continue that competition tomorrow. And that's it for EAN Local Sports. Let's go back over to Mike and Katie.
Thank you for that update, Namath, and thank you for watching us today.
You can find us here online every weekday on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, or our website. You just go to the platform of your choice and you can watch our news, sports, and weather content whenever it's convenient for you.
We'll see you back here Tuesday for your news on your schedule.